What's good, peeps? It's your boy Eduard Todor. So I have a lot of people that tell me that they started Magic because of me, or they ask me, how do you start Magic? Where do I go to start Magic? What do I do to start Magic? And most likely they want to learn card Magic because they're watching my channel. And then I direct them to all these places where to buy cards, what cards to buy. I even made videos on what card, do cards matter, what cards are my favorite, blah blah blah, right? And the first thing that they message back is, oh, I cards came in or whatever, they're so slippery, right? And I'm like, okay, you need to break them in. And I don't know how exactly to explain this to people over the message, so I'll make a video anyway. I need to upload videos. Basically, I need to have a backlog of videos because I'll be away to the Wellington convention this weekend, which means I'm probably gonna be meeting Shin Lim. He'll be there, so I mean, unless he gets rushed backstage right after his lecture, I might be able to, hopefully we can jam, but I don't know how his schedule is. It might be busy as hell, so that will be interesting. Hopefully I'll get some main footage, jamming with other magicians. So yeah, you guys kind of get to see kind of a little inside look at the New Zealand Magic scene. Now, last time I did this, people were like, you don't know how to open a pack of cards. This is how I always open a pack of cards, and no matter what the right or wrong way is, I will continue to do it this way. This is how I've always done it. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. So, when you open a pack of cards, you get the playing cards, okay? These are brand new. They're going to be extremely slippery, okay? I say that as I clump up the cards. They're going to be extremely slippery. You can see that just spreads so evenly, all right? Extremely slippery. If you don't know what you're doing, even for me like this, if I perform like this straight out of the box, I'm gonna drop cards. That's almost a guarantee, just because I never use cards that are this slippery. So you throw away the two. Let me do a little Ricky J. There we go. So you throw away the two ad cards and you're left with this. I never throw away the jokers, but that's up to you, okay? Now, what's going to happen is you're going to, well, the way I do it is essentially I give it riffle shuffles, pharaoh shuffles, springs, anything that, now thinking about that, you probably don't even know how to do those. How would I break in cards if I didn't know how to do that? I have no clue. Okay, so I guess I'll just show you how I do it, and you guys should learn these sleights anyway, because how are you going to do card magic without knowing these anyway? So, alright, so that's the pack. I'm going to do springs. Wow, this is really nice out of the box, actually. For some reason, this pack is so nice. I'm going to do springs, which soften the stock, okay? And I do them on either side. I'm going to do riffle shuffles, which kind of take away the finish, as well as soften the stock. That's what I find anyway. The stock, by the way, if you're not aware, is the card itself, the very cardboard that makes the card, and the finish is what the card is made out of on the very surface, which allows it to slide together. So different finishes feel differently in terms of slipperiness, and different stocks feel different in terms of thickness and feel of the cards themselves. So anyway, once I do these, so these essentially soften up the stock a little bit, so they're more, you can also do pressure fans, under pressure flourish. People asking me where I learned that. See, I almost lost the cards. People ask me where I learned that. I learned that on the Trilogy by Dan and Dave. Definitely pick it up if you're interested in learning flourishing and cardistry. Definitely my go-to recommendation for learning how to do cardistry. Anyway, so yeah, that's two of the things I do. The riffle shuffles kind of help with both of those aspects. So I tend to do riffle shuffles a lot more when I'm trying to break in the pack. Now, what is breaking in the pack? Breaking in a pack is, there's kind of a lifespan in the cards themselves. The cards go through kind of a peak, so they feel real slippery, but they're too slippery, and so they kind of start around here, and then as you break them in, they start clumping a little bit, because different cards break in at different rates, right? But then once all the cards are broken in, they have this nice peak in performance, like they're just optimal performance, and then they start to go slightly down, and then they'll have occasional spikes of that, sometimes occasionally they'll feel really good again, and then they start going down, and really good again, and then eventually you need to buy a new pack, right? That's usually how it works. So breaking in is just reaching that peak of the, where the cards handle the best, they have the most control over them. Yeah, that's essentially what it is. So I give it riffle shuffles, upside down and face up, okay? And this does both stock and finish, okay? This is how I see it. Now, I also do lapel spreads, which are these. Let me see if I can't really do them. That's what they look like. Oh, shit, see how slippery that is? Almost lost it right there. Lapel spreads. Lost it there, for sure. I don't really do lapel spreads normally anyway, so I only really do it if I'm trying to break in a pack. But what that does is it really bends the, it basically breaks in the stock this way as well, as opposed to just bending it this way. So I do a couple of those. I don't go crazy with the lapel spreads. To be honest, I could practice it and get it much better, but I don't know why. I don't like lapel spreads that much. They're cool, but meh, not my thing. So anyway, and I basically just do this, and every now and then, if I feel like it, I'll give it a Pharaoh shuffle. Which again, if you don't know how to do these, I'm not going to teach them now. It'll take too long. However, there's tutorials all over the internet, right? Riffle shuffles, Pharaoh shuffles, springs. Yeah, essentially all those different sleights are going to be used to break in a pack. I have no idea. I don't know, maybe if you shuffle like this enough, it would also... No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't do shit, I don't think. You'd have to... Yeah, I don't know what you would do if you didn't know any of those sleights, but definitely learn at least the riffle shuffle. You can break in a pack very decently with just riffle shuffles, I think. So, but yeah, I literally just handle the cards like this for 10-15 minutes, and then the pack is broken in. That's essentially all there is to it. All there is to it. By the way, I've said this in a different video, but this is the most common thing I see people doing wrong with, hopefully is that focusing? I don't know. So the most common thing I see people doing wrong in general is they do this, and then cards fall off, right? So then they have to use a table, they have to use the knee, and they do this type of thing. Oh, look, I can do it too, right? And they show me that as well. They're like, oh, this is the one thing I can do. And then they show me that, and I'm like, oh, come on, right? At least do it in your hands. Like, if you can do this, then you'll impress me. In your hands. If you can do that, then I'll be like, okay, you actually know something, So the difference there is you have to grip the pack much deeper. So you have to grip it in a way that you can actually, hold it comfortably and not have it fall. See that? So you need to really be deep on that grip, and then you can really riffle at your leisure, because you can just hold them in the air. That's simple as that. So I'm going to keep doing this, and hopefully by the end of this video these cards are going to be broken in just like so. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the convention a lot. It's gonna be amazing. All right, I'm super excited. It's like 3 days of just magic. So it'll be interesting to see what footage I can get. Interesting to see what kind of people are gonna be there. Oh, oops, I'm starting to. I started moving into like a trick. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see. It's really gonna be fun to see. I mean. The thing is, the last time I went to like a magic club or a magic gathering was like years ago. So it's kind of going to be very nostalgic for me. It's going to be very reminiscent, Because I used to go when I was like 13, 14. I would go all the time. And like my local magic club. And I would like jam out with all the magicians. And I remember they were like impressed at my skills back then. I was alright. I was alright for like a 13-year-old. So I remember like people being crazy about my card tricks. And then they'll show me like random shit that I wouldn't know because I only do card tricks, right? So they'll show me some like rope thing, I'd be fooled as hell. They'll show me some like, and then they'll explain to me how it works, and it's like just a fun banter back and forth. Like the first time I saw a fork bending routine was at a club as well, a magic club, and that shit was insane to me. Like I couldn't figure it out. Then eventually I watched some DVD on it. I don't know. Yeah, I was just like I kind of wanted to learn it. But then eventually I just again, stuck to cards as I usually do, right? I always just want to learn these things and I just go back to cards every time. So, I just bent that card. Don't do that. My thumbs are getting tired. That's the first. That doesn't happen often, right? That used to happen when I started. Actually, I got a message from one of the viewers, and he said he's learning magic, right? Like he's kind of keeping me updated on his progress. And he's like, man, do your thumbs hurt from springing so much, right? And I remember when I started and I was first learning the spring, my thumbs were sore, man. In fact, they were so sore, I would get like this shooting pain right through here, and I had to put down the cards for like 3 days. I couldn't use them. And now, doing this many springs and riffle shuffles with a brand new pack, I'm starting to kind of remember that feeling. But yeah, basically, if you're experiencing that, over time, what's going to happen is you're going to build up muscles in your hands, essentially. You're going to build up muscles in your hands that, it's kind of like going to the gym. You keep, if you can only squat 50 kgs to start with, keep doing 50 kgs, eventually you get, you can do 60 or 60, 55, whatever, and then you move up and you move up and you move up. Now, obviously, you don't get like, you don't start going to thicker and thicker cards to get your muscles stronger in Magic. But it's the same idea, right? Like you eventually build up muscle for that action, and then you can do it quite easily. Like my thumbs are tired right now, but they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine, completely fine. So yeah, that's something interesting. I'm starting to feel the effects of the shuffles now. Like they're really starting to, the stock is starting to soften up a little bit. I'm feeling like the actual finish is starting to kind of break in a little bit. So what that means is like now, although they're still slippery, they kind of have a little bit more control to the slipperiness. When I fan them out, I can feel. And by the way, if you're a thumb fan guy, don't judge, because I always do pressure fans, right? That's my thing. So there we go. So you can kind of feel the way they're going. They're still smooth and even, but you can kind of feel where they're going more. Okay. Now the stock could be a little bit more thick at this point, but I'd be completely comfortable performing right now. I'd be completely comfortable just straight up, getting a card, pick a card, whatever, doing any sort of, even things that, are hard to do with slippery cards. Right now I could probably do them, right? I could probably do just about anything that I set my mind to, you know what I'm saying? So that's essentially how you break in a pack of playing cards. If you don't know any of these sleights, then definitely look them up, okay? Essentially all you need is a riffle shuffle, though. If you can just riffle shuffle the cards for 10 minutes, you'll be there. You'll be pretty much fine. So if you don't know how to do that, definitely learn the riffle shuffle. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, but look forward to footage from after this weekend. It's going to be some lit ass shit. Maybe follow my Instagram if you want to see updates, because I'll definitely be doing stories a lot over there. So that's about it from me. If you enjoyed this video and it got any sort of value in any way, do leave a like. It helps me a lot. If you want to see more videos from me, subscribe, as I do daily videos. Follow me on all the social media platforms. All the links are down below. And as always, mad respect, much love, stay lit, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!